First tonight, we spend our lives surrounded by technology. The truth is, though, few of us know how it works. And so if someone contacts you and says your computer is at risk of a security breach, well, chances are you'd want it fixed. And you'd probably pay for that, wouldn't you? Last summer, Judy Brooks' cosy home near Romsey in Hampshire was invaded. She wrote and told us about it, so we sent in an expert to help. Strange things had been happening to Judy's computer, and she had a horrible feeling that someone was watching her every move.
Everything is slowed up, and to be honest, I haven't dared go on it. This young man did say to me that as soon as I went on the computer, he would know. So I just haven't been on the computer. And the most important thing on there that I really, really regret is losing my desktop picture. I had a friend who came, and he was very talented, and he sat on the other side of the kitchen and he drew all this area and this. And I had it on there for 4 or 5 years maybe, and it's gone.
Okay.
And I'm really, really sad about that. The only way I can really get rid of this feeling of being invaded and having a presence in the house, in that computer, is to get rid of it. I feel very apprehensive about computers now.
Hello, Judy. This is Ricky here.
Judy's problem started with a phone call from a man falsely claiming to be from Microsoft, telling her she hadn't registered.
I felt a bit guilty because, no, I hadn't registered. So I was taken in, and I said, all right, well, I'll get registered. And he said, we'll give you backup, and you'll never hear from us again. That's it, finished. That's all you'll have to pay, no more. So I did. And then I was approached by phone again, and they sort of gave me the impression that they were from the same people, and that it had been discovered that there was a virus on my computer, and it was being used by criminals, and it was vital that they should access it and discover what was going on. And then, of course, it meant money, didn't it? And so I said no. And I was quite cross, and I said, no, I'm not. I said, I've paid $300 in August. I said, 4 months down the line, you want more money. No way. And I suppose we'd been talking for about 2 hours. It's incredible, because he never stopped. Miss this, Miss Judy this, Miss Judy that. And then he said, well, I must say, and he was very convincing and plausible, that if you don't comply with this, he said, we have the power to switch your computer off completely.
Judy paid 2 bills for work she didn't need, and what was worse, work that could allow scammers to spy on her.
We've heard of this one before, and we've been notifying our clients of the scam. So it's well-known people pretending to be Microsoft, people tricking the end user into saying they have to register their machine with Microsoft to gain extra support, where in fact they don't need to do that at all. Then once they do that, the end user actually ends up installing some software, because it's part of the process. They pretend to do some further protection work for you, but once the software, the remote software is on the machine, they can gain remote access to the machine at any time. Basically anything and absolutely everything from, unfortunately, Judy's lost her desktop background, but it could be all your documentation, it could be all your bank details, whatever you use your machine for. They could put a keylogger on there as well, so they get access to passwords. So as you're logging into websites, they can look up your passwords and come back and get those at any time. So it's opening up, it's the equivalent of opening your front door and saying, come on in and help yourself.
We managed to track down the company that conned Judy to Calcutta in India. But by the time we got there, KBK Infotech had closed and moved on. It seems call centres like this are opening and closing all the time, as our Indian reporter discovered.
Even in a house, you can buy a computer and you can buy a phone and do that, one person calling up, say, 1 hour and making calls after calls to just catch somebody who can fall in the trap. Well, when I spoke to people, there were mixed reactions. There were people who said that they think that it's wrong and they should not do. And they also shared experience saying that, they used to feel guilty when they used to call up somebody who used to say that, please, I know that it's not true, please don't disturb me. And there were people who also said that it's fine. I mean, I want money at the end of the day, I'm getting paid, and it's okay. comments like it's okay, like people from UK also cheat us, so we are cheating them back. There is nothing wrong. So there are strange reactions and strange statements that I've heard, and I'm actually taken aback that these things are happening, and people are cool with it. They don't find anything wrong with it. They don't think that it's wrong.
Crucia managed to persuade one former employee of a company like this to talk to us.
I guess I used to make around 200 calls a day. I used to call up people in UK basically. We had a UK shift. I used to call them up in UK and, you know, basically my job was to tell them to open up their computers and show them the junk and malicious files which they had. After that, I had to transfer my call to my senior supervisor. He used to guide them forward and, you know, they used to basically try to resolve the problem they had in their computer, which was actually nothing, which they actually didn't have any. I called up the customer, he picked up the call and I was like, excuse me, sir, you have got some junks and malicious files or whatever pitch we had to, you know, code them. So after that, obviously, I guess he knew about the scam process and all. So he was like, how do you just go home and sleep at night by, you know, running these kind of scam processes? And then I had to hang up the call without realizing the fact that, yeah, actually that was a scam, you know. And then later on when I went back home, I lied down, I was thinking about the same thing. I realized, yeah, that is a scam and this is not really done, you know. Particularly from my part, I was like really wrong when I did that. So basically that's it.
When somebody is doing something like that, they are very precautious. They make it sure that they make it worth believing. So they actually scare you and they actually make them see things. So they feel that's the error or that's the virus. And they make you pay for those errors, which are actually not virus.
OK, Judy, I'm first going to check through to see...
Back in Romsey, our computer technician revealed exactly what was done to Judy's computer.
I could already see that there's a number of different antivirus programs that have been recently installed on there. And this probably explains why the machine's running so slow, because all the antivirus programs are conflicting with each other and trying to do the same thing at the same time. And really, you only need one antivirus piece of software on your machine. What I've also noticed is down the system tray along the bottom here, where your clock is, there's another piece of software here. Can you just see it if I hover over?
Yes.
It says Julie B. This is a piece of remote control software. Notifies third parties, when you're connected to the machine and you're connected to the internet, and allows people to remotely connect back onto your machine.
It's a very bad experience, and what I'm really concerned about is that other people, vulnerable like me, living on their own, my age group, are going to be similarly sweet-talked or mesmerised or hypnotised by this firm.
But at least there's one piece of good news.
Does this look promising?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Matt's found the precious picture Judy thought she'd lost forever.
That's it. You see what I mean? There it is. Yeah, lovely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good. Yeah.
And if you've been caught